So the continuing riddle of Yakub Memon. Joining me tonight live are two very special guests. I'm joined by Kirit Somaya, BJP MP from Mumbai, senior leader of the party. And also joining me is Niteen Pradhan, who was what is known as the amicus curiae, or the friend of the court, in the 1993 blast. Thank you so much both for being on the show. If I can just begin by asking you, Kirit Bhai, that as far as you're concerned, that all these questions that surrounded Yakub Memon, his role, how much of a help he was for the CBI, was he in fact a mastermind or not? You believe that these were questions that were not relevant to begin with. They were well settled in law, and therefore what happened today was justified.
I don't know what is the intention of your program, because the Indian judicial system has given 22 years to everybody, including NDTV, including Shyam Keswani, including the former CBI or RAW officials, everybody. Not only that, my Supreme Court, our Supreme Court gave one more chance yesterday midnight also. And I think at least we respect Supreme Court. Supreme Court once again came out with the same judgment. So I don't understand, I don't have that capacity to challenge the wisdom of the court. Another thing, I'm not a legal expert, I'm not a detective, I'm not an investigative journalist. So that's why I believe, yes, 1993, the terror attack, I have witnessed, I had been to that place, I was just at Dadar, I have seen the dead persons, I have seen the victims, I myself helped injured to go to the hospitals. So that much I can see, and that's why I can say at last justice is done.
Okay, you believe justice is done. Niteen Pradhan, you were somebody who actually saw this case from close up as an amicus curiae, as a friend of the court. These questions, this is not to question the wisdom of the judiciary, by the way, Kirit Bhai. This is just to ask some of the claims that are now being made by people who seem to be speaking in support of Yakub Memon, that he was actually helping the CBI. Why did he then not get a less harsh punishment? This is a mystery, Mr. Pradhan. Why did these not come up during the course of the trial? Why did Yakub Memon's own lawyers not bring it up?
Frankly speaking, during the trial, there are two stages at which I was involved. The first stage I was involved with was pre-charge submissions, that is when whether the charge should be framed, on which sections for which the charge should be framed, that was the issue. And at that time I was involved. By the time I started my submissions, Yakub Memon was already brought to the court, and additional charge sheet was filed. Now, interesting part is, in the beginning, Mr. Shyam Keswani and along with him, Mr. Majid Memon appeared. Gradually, within a month or two, probably, Mr. Shyam Keswani was sidetracked, and then his defense was being led by another counsel. Now, surprising part is, during those arguments for framing of the charge, nothing of this sort, whatever being said now, was ever placed before the court. Number one.
It was never placed before the court.
I was again involved never said. No one has said anything. No one has said has any whisper of whatever this arrangement and everything was there. Then came the stage when, after the entire trial was over, the cross-examination was over. Section 313 of CRPC provides statement of the accused. That was also over. That is the one chance where the accused is entitled to request the court to examine himself on oath before the court, and exposing himself to the cross-examination also. At that stage also gone, and I then appeared for some of the accused, those who were the planters in fact, I appeared for them for final submissions. Now, when I made certain submissions, there are certain, at that time I had seen that Yakub used to be there when my submissions were going on almost for 6 months.
Yes.
and every day he used to be there and sit there and intensely listen to the submissions, on the law point as
But
well
why-
as on the facts also.
No, but why do you?
But
why do you
I
feel,
really don't
sir,
understand why Yakub
Yes.
was. Why Yakub? Just let me just finish one more
Yes.
sentence. Why
Yes.
Yakub was never given any advice? I don't know what is the, because that is a
Are you
privileged
therefore-
communication.
are
I
you-
can't ask why. But
Are
I
you
was
therefore then
surprised
blaming?
why
Are you-
Yakub
can I-
was
yeah.
not presented himself before the court as a witness.
Okay, but are you then in a way blaming his lawyers for the
So
fate
why
that
he
he
was
had
not
to finally
presented?
suffer?
No, no. I no comments on this. Frankly speaking, I leave it to the judgment of people. But if the Yakub
Right.
is not ready to come before the court and give statement on oath, and if they are not ready to give evidence, then obviously whatever he is now claiming or others are claiming,
Those questions-
is
those
obviously
questions
shrouded in
remain. Can I-
mystery. And judges are, whether the learned judge of the TADA court or the Supreme Court judges, they go by the evidence which has been recorded in
obviously
accordance
that
with
is-
law. They are not. They don't have any
That's the
popular
most
perspective.
important. That's the most important thing. It is
Whatever
the role
they
of
have
the
done
lawyer
is
to
rightly
present the
done,
case of the
according to me.
accused. Kirit Somaya, can I ask you? Kirit Somaya, can I ask you that
That's
you
right.
say that there is a
That's
sense
right.
of closure? Can I just go to Kirit Somaya, that the sense of closure you believe though will be only when the real masterminds are brought to justice, Kirit Somaya, and is your government going to now make a serious effort to do that as well? Dawood Ibrahim, Tiger Memon, all of them.
What you say, certainly the whole country wish, that intention, they want that the mastermind, not only for 1993, whether it is a 2006 train blast or the Kasab case also, a dozen people are outside the country. But we
Yes.
are trying to create such system, but we are not that much successful. In the Kasab case, we got only Kasab. In this case also, we got Yakub. We could not got Tiger or Dawood. Whether if they come here, then also the Tiger Memon, Yakub Memon, all had played a role. So
Right.
in their role we may get better way, but whatever happened to Yakub, I think we can't doubt. Nobody, not a single Indian have any doubt in their mind. Because for 22 years, Yakub wanted to create harakiri or he want to do suicide. If somebody says now that, I don't think the Indians are going to believe it.